The world's largest refugee camp will remain open after a ruling by Kenya's High Court. The judge overruled the government decision to close the Dadaab refugee camp. He said the order to shut down the camp had been made without properly consulting those affected. Dadaab is home to around 350,000 Somali refugees who would have been forced to return home. The camp is located in Kenya's Garissa County, approximately 100 kilometers from the Kenya-Somalia border. John-Allan Namu has more from Kenya's capital, Nairobi.
Well, it means reprieve in a word. The refugees were said to have been sent back by November the 30th last year, according to the government's timeline. But that ruling and the court case blocked that and stopped that. So unless the government moves to the Court of Appeal or to the Supreme Court, then that ruling stands and refugees will now have reprieve both from the Al-Shabaab, who they have been fleeing from, and conflict in Somalia, and a drought that is sweeping across the region right now. The food insecurity warnings right now from the Food and Agriculture Organization are stating that about 3 million people in the southern Somalia region, as well as in northern Kenya, are at risk of starvation, given the drought there in that region. And if nothing has happened, then they would need to flee into places where they could have some access to food. The Kenyan government's claim is that it hasn't been receiving support from the international community, save for the United Nations High Commission on Refugees. And that's been its grouse, and part of the reason, of course, aside from the fact that it's claimed that the camp was a breeding ground for terrorism. That has also been a claim by the government, that there was no support in running this camp, the largest camp in the world, and therefore it would likely be looking for more support.